upcoming Sun Belt title game, while the host, Texas State Bobcats, play for an upset in their season finale. From St. Marcus, Texas, I'm Brent Freeman, alongside Keith Moreland on ESPN+. Keith, the Bobcats enter this game with a record of 2-9, but the second of those wins came last week behind a great performance by their quarterback, Brady McBride.
Well, when you look at what he did, he brought to the table, he took care of the football, 5 touchdown passes. He's able to get vertical in the passing game. You know, it's one of those things, after setting for a couple weeks, you could really tell he came back and got a real knowledge of what it's not like to be on the field.
That's right. The former Memphis Tiger made his first start since throwing 3 interceptions in a loss to Louisiana on Halloween, and it was one of the best starts a Bobcat quarterback has ever had at the FBS level. As for Coastal Carolina, the Chanticleers continue to be one of the best stories in college football in 2020. A perfect record of 8-0. This after 3 straight losing seasons. This team keeps finding ways to win games.
Yeah, they do a really good job of taking care of the football. Their quarterback has an efficiency rating of 190. They can run it, they can throw it. It's a multiple spread looking offense they do a lot of RPOs out of. Today's rain, though, may be a factor in that because it is a miserable day to play.
This Coastal team boasts a ton of experience, but their best player this season has been this young kid out of Indian Trail, North Carolina, quarterback Grayson McCall.
Well, you know, he's made great decisions. We talked about having efficiency of 190. That's off the charts. 18 touchdowns, only 1 interception. The other thing that I like watching him when you watch him on tape, he has command of the huddle, he has command of his teammates, and he gets everything going and everybody in the right spot.
We hope you enjoyed your Thanksgiving holiday. Again, alongside Keith Moreland, I'm Brent Freeman as we welcome you inside of our booth. And Keith, the biggest story of this game is the fact that the Bobcats tragically lost one of their own just 4 days ago, Cambrell Winters. This figures to be a very emotional game for Texas State.
Well, it's going to be very emotional for the entire Bobcat family of world. You lose a young man like Cam, and our prayers go out to his family.
This game is underway. The Bobcats won the toss, elected to receive. The kick is to Jamil Jeter. The Chanticleers kicking away from the dangerous Jeremiah Haydell. And the Bobcats offensively will start across their own 30-yard line. A chance to see the quarterback, Brady McBride, making his 8th start of the season. And again, coming off a phenomenal performance a week ago against Arkansas State. The numbers there for McBride, the 5 touchdown passes, tying a school record, throwing for more than 400 yards. The Bobcats' first 400-yard passing game of the season a week ago. McBride pressured, and down he goes. That Chanticleer front line has been so good this season. What a start for them.
Well, Jackson just does an outstanding job. He is very physical. He gets to the quarterback. He has a good swim move underneath, and I'm just telling you, that time Brady was trying to look down the field, trying to get a deep curl, couldn't get the ball off.
You saw the historical numbers for Brady last week against Arkansas State, setting up a screen for Javen Banks. Takes it to the outside. Banks able to get some of the yardage back. The Bobcats faced with 3rd down and long, and 3rd and long has been an issue for this team this season.
Well, when you get 3rd and 7, they're 3 for 40. So let's just start there. That's the number. So you got to win 1st down to not put yourself in a 3rd and now 14.
It looks like, Gunter jumped off sides. The pass is incomplete, too close to the sidelines for Javen Banks, but the Bobcats should get another shot here.
Well, it's a well-designed play. It's just this ball was just completed, but he was out of bounds. Banks.
And an uncharacteristic mistake for the Chanticleers. Keith, this is not a team that commits many self-inflicted wounds.
No, they do not. They protect the football on offense, they take it away on defense, and they don't have many penalties.
9 yards to go to convert. McBride flushed out of the pocket. The sophomore going to cut his losses and is sent out of bounds. Roland Wooden, the one that forced him out with the Chanticleers, and Texas State's offense goes 3 and out.
Well, this is a nice job of buying time to the outside. He gets right here, and he's looking for a receiver coming back across the middle. It is raining. It has been raining all morning here in Central Texas. It is not much wind, but it is a factor as the Bobcats, this drive, are going into the wind. Protect the football is going to be very important in this game.
Yeah, we don't figure the rain to let up at all throughout the game today. Here is the Australian Seamus O'Kelly with the game's first punt. And it takes a Bobcat roll inside the 20 and down at the 19-yard line. That will give us a look now for the first time today at Grayson McCall, this redshirt freshman out of Indian Trail, North Carolina, two-time Sun Belt Conference Offensive Player of the Week. So composed for a redshirt freshman.
Well, he does such an outstanding job of leading his team, a pass efficiency rating off the charts at 190. 18 touchdown passes, only 1 interception. He protects the football. He gets in and out of the RPOs. You will see a different style. This is a option offense, but it's really an option spread offense with the RPOs.
He beat out 2 experienced quarterbacks in fall camp to win the job, and Fred Payton and Bryce Carpenter, and here the Chanticleers are months later, undefeated. There's a strike and a deflected ball almost intercepted as the receiver Sam Denmark couldn't hold on. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Well, Denmark was open. This is that first indication. The ball is wet, comes out of his hands. He just gets it against his hands, couldn't come up with it. And instead of a first down, it's 2nd and 10. Going to see a lot of that, I think, in this game, protecting the football.
Yeah, the impact of the weather, the way that's going to affect this game, something we're watching all afternoon long. On 2nd down, Marable with the run. His first touch of the afternoon. C.J. Marable, a 1,000-yard rusher a year ago, but Keith, the Chanticleers haven't used him as much this season.
Well, he's down about 40% on snaps. They use a lot of different personnel out there. He still has the capability, Brant, of being one of those backs, can break it off and get you 100, 150 yards in a ball game, but just not as many touches here in 2020.
This is the best 3rd down offense in the Sun Belt, Coastal Carolina. Texas State nearly jumped off sides. A long snap count here for McCall. Option play, the pitch to Marable. Got away from Sione Tupou. Down the sidelines goes Marable, gets a block. One man to beat, shoved out by Jordan Mask. What a 3rd down play for Coastal Carolina.
Well, this is the option, that spread option to the short side of the field. You line everybody to the wide side. You can see him come down, get the pitch to the outside, and Marable just able to get the corner right there, and then nobody there because the secondary is going to play man coverage, so they're running with the receiver down the field and into Bobcat territory.
Marable is a 3rd leading rusher in program history and takes the handoff here on 1st down. That time swallowed up. Cordell Rogers and Jamar Daniels in on the stop for Texas State. Now, defending the run has been a problem for the Bobcats this season. Only ULM is giving up more rushing yardage in the Sun Belt this season. They have given up more than 1,100 yards rushing over the last 4 games.
Well, you look at that. A lot of that has to do with the number of personnel that's on the field defensively. I mean, you just got a lot different personnel here in Game 12 that you didn't have in Game 5 and then you had at the beginning of the season.
Another option play for the Chanticleers. Marable again. A stiff arm of Anderson forced out by Zion Childress. Good 2nd down play, brings up 3rd down and manageable.
Yeah, this is a counter option when they go one direction, come back to the outside, but you can see the career numbers for CJ. 3rd in program history, and just not as many rushes here in 2020 as he's had in years past. And here's another big 3rd down for Coastal.
Mentioned this earlier, Coastal Carolina, best 3rd down offense in the Sun Belt, 8th best nationally. They're converting more than half of their 3rd down conversions. McCall flushed out on the run, throws a strike right to the sidelines and right to Isaiah Likely, the tight end. Is a matchup nightmare for opposing defense.
No doubt.
Catch for a 1st down.
He just 6'4", 250 pounds, can really move. You can see him, good out pattern, does a nice job getting his feet down inbounds. And how about that throw right on target? That's what McCall brings to the table, is his accuracy.
The Chanticleer team knows how to start fast. They have scored on their opening drive with a touchdown in 6 of their 8 games this season.
Moving on the field was a completed catch for a 1st down. Previous play is under further review.
And now our officiating crew, headed up by Marshall Lewis, will go back and take a look to see if Likely got his foot down.
Well, my first indication when I saw it, Brand, it was he looked like it was complete in the NFL on Sundays. And I thought he got both feet down. We'll get a chance to see it again, but did a nice job rolling to the outside. You can see McCall here just buying some time to the outside, and he comes down, and boy, that first view looks like.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. Complete a catch for a first down.
Yeah, and you said it, Keith. I think that's good on Sundays.
I think he got both feet down.
You wonder the way Likely is playing, could he play on Sundays down the road?
Oh, I definitely think he is. You know, he's really been beat up. He's not at 100% out there, but again, you mentioned it right off the bat. He is such a matchup nightmare, 6'4", 250 pounds out of that tight end position. And he's an excellent route runner to go with that.
Had a 75-yard touchdown catch on the very first play of the game against App State last week. As you see head coach Jake Spavital, the KW1 on his hat, in memory of Cambrell Winters as Marable storms into the end zone, and the Chanticleers score on an opening drive again. What a drive for the Chanticleers.
Well, we're good on third down all season. They were good on third down in this drive. Took advantage of it. And boy, this opens up right here. Just opens, and CJ is not going to be slow hitting that hole. He is excellent getting there and gets into the end zone. And boy, that's an outstanding opening drive.
Heavy dose of Marable. On the 7 plays for the Chanticleers, 5 of them were rushes for Marable, piling up 67 yards as Coastal strikes first. C.J. Marable, career rushing touchdown number 23. The Chanticleers have struck first on a rainy day in San Marcos.
I'm a Verizon engineer.
Cast looking to win back-to-back conference games for the first time in 6 years. You look back at the win last week. Everything accomplished. Texas State's second ever win over the Red Wolves. They were down by 11 in the fourth quarter, just their third double-digit fourth quarter comeback over the past 9 years. Their most points in a conference game in 6 years, and their first win on November 20th or later since 2014. What a game last week for Texas State. As the ensuing kickoff following the touchdown from Marable, again kicked away from Haydell to Jamil Jeter, and the former Oklahoma State Cowboy has it across the 25-yard line. Keith, when you and I spoke to Coach Spavital about that win over Arkansas State, from an on-field perspective, the team had been through a lot of ups and downs this season. That was awfully rewarding for his program last Saturday.
Well, you know, what happens is all of a sudden something pays off. You get paid off. The way you get paid off in college football is to win ball games. Mm-hmm. You work hard. You try to put all the work in, get better each week when you go out, but you got to find a way to get wins. And, boy, that was an excellent comeback to come up with a win. And they've got to win first down as we get this first down play to the outside. And what I mean today, for them to stay in this ball game, they've got to put themselves in third and short. Mm-hmm. They can't consistently put themselves in 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10 and think they're going to move the football.
Last catch held in by Jeremiah Haydell. He and Marcel Barbie have become quite the 1-2 combo for Texas State this season. McBride, a backside screen. And that's Calvin Hill. Nice move across the 35-yard line. Silas Kelly has a tackle, but Hill has the first down.
That was really well designed offensively, and a nice job setting it up. Now watch, you got to look to the right, come back, laid it in perfectly, and the Hill does a great job using his blockers and getting the first down.
You and I were talking about this, Keith. When it comes to Texas State's run game, they tend to go with a hot hand. There really isn't a bell cow back. As Haydell fumbles the football, CoastalCarolina has a clear recovery. It's picked up by Alex Spillum. Boy, and the Bobcats
on the field is a fumble recovered by the defense. First down.
With a costly mistake.
Well, we talked about it. It's been raining all day here in Central Texas. It continues to rain right now, and ball's going to be slick. Had it out to the side, just gets knocked out. And boy, good first down play, and then turn the football over. See if they can come out and play sudden change defense here. On the other side, watch for Coastal to try to take advantage here quickly and try to go up top, maybe right here to get a 2-score lead.
That is the turnover cloak, by the way. Anytime a player is in on a turnover, a cloak is awarded, and that one awarded to Spillum, who had a big pick. Another reward or awarding of the cloak last week. An interception of Zach Thomas. Coastal's defense picked off the App State veteran quarterback 3 times in the win over the Mountaineers. Marable again down the sidelines, got crunched out of bounds by Mask and Anderson. C.J. Marable, a healthy dose of him for Coastal in the first quarter.
But McCall does a great job of running the option right here. Makes the defender commit, and then Marable gets to the outside and gets it down almost in the red zone. Well-designed play. He had a lead blocker on it, but that's all dictated by Grayson McCall making the defender commit to him where he can pitch the football.
Marable chewed up the Bobcats a year ago in Conway, South Carolina. Over 100 yards that day, en route to becoming just the 4th 1,000-yard rusher in program history. His number called again inside the 15. Keith mentioned winning first down. Coastal Carolina is doing that on offense.
Well, right now the offensive line is taking control, and I'd like to highlight Sam Thompson, the center. I'm telling you what, he takes control up front. You can just see him. He is a load. He's not real tall, but I mean, he moves bodies in that offensive front.
He's not real tall. He's listed at 5'9". Coach Chadwell is saying on a good day he's 5'8". To the outside, Marable looking for first down yardage. Ball is stripped. I believe recovered by Marable. It was. Got back in his own fumble on the force out by Hal Vincent.
Well, they go with the jet sweep with Marable coming on the sweep. I believe he was down. Yep. I think that left knee was down before the football came out, even though Coastal fell back on top of it. And now Coastal Carolina trying to really take advantage here in this first quarter on the road.
So far, Coastal 2 for 2 in third downs here today. Needing 3 to convert. Off the left side goes Shamari Jones. The junior out of Pensacola, Florida, moves the chains for the Chanticleers. Again, it's been kind of a 3-headed attack in the backfield for Coastal this season. Marable, Jones, and Reese White, who scored the game-winning touchdown last week against Appalachian State.
Yeah, and they all bring something a little different to the table. Different styles. You could see right there with Jones, 6'1", 225 pounds, tough to bring down.
Second best red zone offense in the conference, Coastal Carolina. Goal to go here. Late option pitch. Marable's going to walk in his second today. It has been a C.J. Marable Saturday afternoon in San Marcos, and a 13-0 lead now for the Chanticleers.
Well, I tell you what, this is, again, option football when it's run correctly is so difficult to defend. To do a great job of making a defender commit and then get it outside. You can see right here, call, makes the defender, gets the outside, good kick out block, and just waltzes into the end zone.
Untouched for Marable. Second score in the game's first 7+ minutes. Already a 100-yard day for Marable. Coastal on top 14-0 as the Chanticleers capitalize off the turnover to the tune of a 5-play, 45-yard drive capped off by who else? C.J. Marable, the senior from Decatur, Georgia, getting it done today in Texas.
Behold, the new icing glazed apple fritter. Finally, there's a way to turn your coffee into a dipping sauce. Meet the new bakery sweets at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I'm a Verizon engineer, and today we're turning on 5G across the country with a coverage of 5G nationwide. And in more and more cities, the unprecedented performance of ultra-wideband, the fastest 5G in the world. It will change your phone and how businesses do everything. I'm proud because we didn't build it the easy way. We built it right. This is the 5G America's been waiting for, only from Verizon.
Oh, just one.
Jake from State Farm, it's the least I can do. You really did me a solid with that Maya marked down on my insurance.
Here's the deal, Maya. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right.
No, really, there are no markdowns, just great rates.
Pull around back in 20 minutes. I'll hook you up with the good parts.
When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
We know you've got your hands full at home.
I'm building a spaceship.
So Instacart is here to help make shopping a little easier. With retail partners like Walmart, you can get all you need from household items to fresh produce, and a shopper will safely deliver them contact-free in as little as 2 hours. Because between teaching, cooking, and parenting, you could use one less job to do. Go to instacart.com or download the app to save $10 on your order from Walmart using the code WALTAP20.
This has been an area of concern for head coach Jake Spavital this season, not taking advantage of opponent mistakes, but it has hurt the Bobcats on the other end of the spectrum. You see Jeremiah Haydell coughed up the fumble on the Bobcats' last possession, leading to a touchdown drive for the Chanticleers. A second touchdown run for C.J. Marable, and the 20th ranked team of the country is in control early here in San Marcos. Jeter again to return his third today. Haydell not getting a chance in the return game for Texas State. And Keith, the Bobcats offensively have got to respond.
Yeah, you've got to find a way to get some rhythm and consistency offensively, and that's winning first down. You can't consistently put yourself in 3rd and long. Obviously the turnover after getting that quick first down on a really nice screen play, the last time out, they turn it over on the next play. So they got to get something going. I think they'd like to get some rhythm and some tempo going, but you got to have success on first down.
The rain continues to pour down in St. Marcos. Javen Banks on a quick route keeps the Bobcats ahead of the chain. Spillum, who recovered the fumble, in on the tackle. And again, the rain such a factor in this game today. Coach Spavital, when looking back at the season, noted that the Troy game is one in which his team really played poorly, and he hasn't said that very often. He thought they didn't handle the elements well enough in Troy, Alabama, what was a rainy day that afternoon. And now the Bobcats on that incomplete pass face with 3rd and 5.
Yeah, that's a nice job, though. I believe it was offsides. You had a free play. That's when you try to get a big one, go down the field here. We'll see what the call.
Defense number 15. 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
CoastalCarolina's made very few mistakes, but they've had a couple of penalties in this ballgame, and that's very unusual for them.
And Keith, you were relaying to me your time as a player at the University of Texas as a safety, 1 year playing TCU, and the Horned Frogs that year didn't handle the elements well.
Yeah, anytime you get into a ball game, one of the two teams will find a way to deal with what's going on. It's pouring out here at times, and it makes it very difficult to hold on to the football. You really have to think about it. And a lot of times players want to play at full speed, and they really don't think about ball protection as much. They got it in, okay, I've got it. Well, even though you feel like you got it, it's slick today.
First run of the day for Brock Sturgis, former Arizona State Sun Devil. Had a big game against Louisiana back on Halloween, but since then quiet. Over the last 3 games, just 54 yards rushing on 13 carries. The Bobcats' run game as a whole has really struggled as of late, despite the fact the offense has really come to life as Marcel Barbie has his first catch and good for a first down.
Well, that's what he brings to the table. He's very difficult in a one-on-one situation to get him on the ground. Coastal Carolina is going to play 2 deep safeties. They're going to play a lot of zone, and they're going to come up and tackle. Well, this time it's the first time they didn't get the tackle done, and back-to-back first downs for the Bobcats.
What a year Barbie has had for Texas State. 10 touchdown receptions this season, tied for 2nd nationally. Here's McBride rolling out, feeling some heat, and chucks the ball to the sidelines. Got out of trouble to bring up 2nd down and 10.
Teddy Gallagher is in your face. You're going to feel that trouble. The 6'1", 230-pound senior middle linebacker, and he makes plays. He saw it, read it quickly, and comes up right here, and he's coming. Got to get rid of it. That's a nice job of getting that ball out of bounds. It takes some arm strength to do that, falling away.
When Coach Chadwell was speaking about the defensive leadership For the Chanticleers, he really highlighted the linebackers, including Gallagher and Silas Kelly, as Javen Banks storms ahead for a first down inside the 40 before Enoch McConzo, one of those aforementioned linebackers, has the tackle.
Yeah, fourth different time we've seen a bubble screen or a tunnel screen to the outside. And they've done a nice job coming back to the inside. Good blocking downfield to get the first down.
On first down, play fake and a pass and a completion in stride. Drew Jackson, the transfer out of Washington State. Issues with drops all season long, holds on to that one, and now the Bobcats are inside the red zone.
Oh, great RPO right here. As he fakes inside, the linebackers come up to get him, just drop it over the top of the linebackers, and he was a half a step taking that to the house.
Coming up for the Bobcats, 7th play of the drive. It's already covered more than 60 yards in the red zone for the first time today. It's been a very good red zone offense this season. McBride in the end zone, hauled in for the touchdown. Javen Banks scores for the 4th game in a row.
It's a great effort by Banks. It is a difficult day to catch the football. This is up and behind him. Throw doesn't come out well, goes up, just rips it down, just crosses the plane for the touchdown.
Again, a big play receiver in recent weeks, scoring in 3 straight games coming into this afternoon's ball game. Touchdown plays of 75, 59, and 40 yards. That one good for 19. And the Coastal lead cut in half. 4.5 left of the opening quarter. Chanticleers on top, 14-7. Brady McBride with a touchdown pass to Javen Banks. The Bobcats trying to claw back in it.
I'm a Verizon engineer, and today we're turning on 5G across the country with a coverage of 5G nationwide. And in more and more cities, the unprecedented performance of ultra-wideband, the fastest 5G in the world. It will change your phone and how businesses do everything. I'm proud because we didn't build it the easy way. We built it right. This is the 5G America's been waiting for, only from Verizon.
For anyone who's been waiting for a reason to get breakfast, hey, look, this reason is covered in cream cheese icing. Meet the new bakery sweets at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
How would I describe overpaying on a used car? It was humiliating. And it's expensive. I just trusted the wrong used car sites.
Remember, if you don't see me, you're not seeing the most accurate price. Shop at Carfax. You won't have to overpay on a used car again.
But I guess life goes on. So, all right, come on, boy. Here we go. Let's go, buddy.
Shop millions of great deals, all with a free Carfax report. Only at the all-new Carfax.com.
Not gonna lie, Jake from State Farm. That Daniel deal got me some sweet savings on my insurance.
Daniel, State Farm offers surprisingly great rates to everyone.
Sure you do. Tell you what, I'm not supposed to do this, but I'll let you try the chunk, honey.
Oh, I'm good. Here's the deal. Great rates, kinda our thing.
You wanna meet the queen?
I'm not dressed for that. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Are you ready for an offensive feast on Monday night? Well, the Seahawks are ready to let Russ cook.
They already know what's going to happen.
Can Wentz lead the Eagles to the upset? Are you ready for Monday night?
Brady McBride on the sidelines after engineering a 7-play, 77-yard drive, consuming 2.5 minutes, ending the drive with a touchdown strike to Javen Banks. Keith, we said it, the Bobcats had to respond after falling behind 14-zip, and they responded on that drive.
Well, they did a really nice job. A couple really nice RPOs on the drive, including the touchdown.
And the Chanticleers will start at their own 25. What a day it's been so far for Coastal Carolina's C.J. Marable. Already 100 yards rushing, hitting the century mark for the 8th time in his career. Well, he's been a man on a mission so far.
Well, he's really done a nice job. They've run the option very well. And then right here, this might be his best run, where he just came up the middle on a sprint draw, and then again to the outside on the option.
And Marable again, 7 carries for an even 100 yards, averaging more than 14 yards a carry, and 2 rushing touchdowns, gives him 24 in his career. On the sidelines to start this next drive for Coastal Carolina. And it is Reese White, who again had that game-winning touchdown run against Appalachian State last week. You know, that win over the Mountaineers, we asked Coach Chadwell, was that a signature win for your football team? And he actually said, no, it was just the next one. This team is not getting caught up in all the national attention right now.
Well, I think it started last year. Them coming out at the end of the year, finding a way to get 5 wins, getting things turned, the program turned it around, going in the right direction. And now, the only thing you can do is take care of what's right in front of you right now.
On 2nd and 6, Marable still on the sidelines. McCall at the play fake, throws right to Greg Latushko. And this is what he does best. That's just his 12th catch of the year. 11 now have gone for first downs.
Well, it's RPO. Just the linebackers are brought up. Good play fake in front. Comes down to the inside, and you're right. Those balls that you catch in the middle of the field usually turn into first downs.
Inside of 3.5 to go here in the first quarter. There is head coach Jamie Chadwell. Called his first couple of seasons miserable because of the way that Coastal kept losing tight games. How about this run from Grayson McCall? The redshirt freshman banging into Bobcat defenders. A physical play, moves the chains again.
Had a shot at him in the backfield, but he makes a nice move, gets away from that tackle to the inside, and then watch him finish right here. He's not going down. You got to wrap this young man up as he was driving forward nearly down to the 40-yard line.
Again, Coastal was losing tight games a year ago. They're winning them this season. Again, that win over App State last week. They beat Louisiana on a last-second field goal earlier this season as well. That running play sniffed out by Texas State as a flag flies in late. Anderson and Coleman on the tackle.
It usually turns into a hold, and that's what it'll be.
Holding, offense, number 4, 10-yard penalty, repeat first down.
Again, kind of surprising. Coastal Carolina now in this opening quarter with 3 penalties. This is the least penalized team of the Sun Belt, second least penalized team nationally.
Well, you open the broadcast, Brad, telling us that they don't beat themselves.
They don't.
They don't put the ball on the carpet. They don't throw interceptions, and they don't have penalties. Not very often.
We also asked Coach Chadwell if even this 8-0 start surprised him. He said to an extent, yes. Didn't think they'd be undefeated at this point. But it really just speaks to how focused his team is week in and week out. Rogers, the tackle of Reese White, setting up second down and long here for Coastal Carolina.
Now that was a good tackle. That's something that Texas State needs to do. They've struggled in this first half, getting that first guy to get the guy on the ground. And good open field tackle right here. May find a way to get him behind the chains. Passing down here now on second and long.
The Chanticleers today angling for a 9-0 start, would be their 3rd in program history, and add to what has already been the best start by a Sunbelt team in conference history. Here's McCall, delivers to the sidelines, incomplete for Cameron Brown. And more importantly, a win today clinches the East Division and would also set up the Sunbelt title game against Louisiana, a rematch of that tight game in Lafayette, but this time the game to take place in Conway, South Carolina.
Yeah, that's a big advantage to get that ball game at home. Biggest play of the game to this point for both clubs. Coastal's been in total control of the game, but they turn it over right here and have to punt it back.
The Bobcats have had a lot of issues getting off the field defensively. Opponents are converting 48% of the time on 3rd down. McCall lofts a pass over the left hand off of it of Cameron Brown, who had found a seam between that zone defense.
Well, Cameron Brown's going to score right there. It was a good move. He came to the outside, made a nice fake back to the inside. The Bobcats were on a max blitz. They brought everything but the kitchen sink, and he was wide open. Throw, just a little pressure, just out of the reach, or that goes to the house.
Boy, max blitz, and Keith, he wasn't touched. That offensive line is really holding up.
Yeah, they've done an outstanding job.
Here's Haydell. Does have a punt return for a score this season and a kickoff return for a score. Only player in the country that's done both. Lets it go inside the 10 and down at the 3-yard line. What a punt by Charles Overson.
Boy, he just lays this ball up perfectly, and just like hitting a wedge.
Which he does right there.
He hit a perfect wedge, and it hit, spun, and backed up, and his team was right there to make the play.
When we asked Coach Chadwell, rate your kicking game on a scale of 1 to 10, he asked us,
what game?
It depends on the game.
I thought that was a great answer.
But overall, it gave him an 8. And there the punt from Overson pins Texas State back at its own 3 with 90 seconds to go in the opening quarter. McBride from his own end zone. Off the play fake, giving the Bobcats some breathing room and a short completion to Travis Graham out across the 5.
Well, you're going to take advantage of the fact is we're seeing a 2-deep shell, zone coverage everywhere with the corners playing off of the receivers, and so far the Bobcats have taken advantage of that. Easy pitch and catch for 5 there.
Now from their own 9, it's Calvin Hill trying to bounce it to the outside, got swallowed up. Coming in for Coastal Carolina, Travis Geiger. The defensive line, Coach Chadwell believes, has been the biggest reason why the Chanticleers have been so good this year.
There's no question. They only play with 3. They have linebackers that move down and might be stand up on the line of scrimmage, but you just look at Jackson and Clark and Brewer. I mean, looking at some tape, watching Brewer. Brewer makes a lot of plays that go unnoticed. He doesn't get the tackle a lot of times, but he forces quarterbacks out of the pocket.
He's the reigning Sun Belt Defensive Player of the Week. Here's a blitz on 3rd down. Little swing pass to Hill. Hill able to bounce off the hit on the tackle and lunges ahead for the first down despite the tackle made by DeJordan Strong.
Well, that is just a big-time play right there to make the move, to get enough to get the first down. And here comes that tempo we talked about, the Bobcats.
See if the Bobcats run one more play in the first quarter. McBride, quick pass to Haydell. Trying to get away from Spillum, but got spilled over. And the Bobcats backed up at their own 12 as we hit the end of 1 in San Marcos on a rainy day in South Central Texas. Coastal Carolina on top 14-7. Big first quarter for C.J. Marable and the Chanticleers. Coastal Carolina capitalizing as well off of a turnover. A Haydell fumble turns into the second of 2 touchdowns for Marable in this late conference matchup. 14-7 Chanticleers at Bobcat Stadium.
This isn't just a Wi-Fi upgrade. This
goes to work in the second quarter, and the first play of the quarter is the Bobcats' best run today. Out across the 20 goes Calvin Hill. So McBride is one of 4 quarterbacks in the country to have thrown for more than 440 yards, with over 30 completions, with at least 5 touchdowns and no interceptions, and that passer rating the second best in Texas State's FBS era going back to 2012. So far today, McBride 12 of 13 passing for a $101 and a score. But can the Bobcats run the football more effectively? Negative 3 yards rushing in the first quarter. McBride trying to get away. Silas Kelly wraps him up, and the Bobcats are stopped on 3rd down.
Well, they were trying to quick with the motion. They were trying to get a quick out. Coastal Carolina just took that away, and you could see McBride having to put it down quickly, Brant, and when he put it down, nice job of rushing through the football. And after getting 1 first down, they're going to have to punt it away. Win at their back now here for the Bobcats, though, in the second quarter.
Not raining as heavily as it was at kickoff, but it's going to be wet all afternoon long. Here's O'Kelly. Got it away. And in traffic, the fair catch is made by the Chanticleer's Javon Hiley. Coastal on top, 14-7 early in the second.
Behold, the new icing glazed apple fritter. Finally, there's a way to turn your coffee into a dipping sauce. Meet the new bakery sweets at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I'm a Verizon engineer, and today we're turning on 5G across the country with a coverage of 5G nationwide. And in more and more cities, the unprecedented performance of ultra-wideband, the fastest 5G in the world. It will change your phone and how businesses do everything. I'm proud because we didn't build it the easy way. We built it right. This is the 5G America's been waiting for, only from Verizon.
I was so embarrassed about paying too much for a used car, I went into hiding in this undisclosed location.
If you don't see me, you're not seeing the most accurate price. Shop at Carfax. You won't have to overpay on a used car again. Shop millions of great deals at the all-new Carfax.com.
I didn't order a pizza.
I know. But that Parker promo saved me so much on my insurance. Brought you a little something special.
Parker, State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
You're the man, man.
You want the real deal? Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
We know you've got your hands full at home.
I'm building a spaceship.
So Instacart is here to help make grocery shopping a little easier. Choose which store to shop from, what items you need, and how you want them. And a shopper will safely deliver them contact-free in as fast as 2 hours. Because between teaching, cooking, and parenting, you could use one less job to do. Go to Instacart.com or download the app to get free delivery on your first order using the code ORDER today.
This is the 18th season of Coastal Carolina football, a program that began back in 2003. And in their first 14 years, they had 10 winning seasons and 7 conference titles. They jumped to the FBS in 2017, suffered 3 straight losing seasons. They never had back-to-back losing campaigns before the FCS level, and 3 straight finishes in the Sun Belt of 2-6. But that's not the case this year. This team is 6-0 and atop the East Division. Good throw out of the officials' timeout. McCall to Likely, his second catch. And the Chanticleers now inside of Texas State territory.
Yeah, you get Likely on a safety. It just makes it so tough. Excellent route. We talked about that. That was just a 12, 14-yard out. A nice job of moving up in the pocket and delivering the football.
Again, Likely and Hiley have been the top 2 targets for McCall this season. As now McCall sets up shop inside the 40-yard line. Option, pitch, Marable. Bounces outside, gets away again. Down the sidelines at a first down, Gallup. Up to the 27-yard line.
Well, excellent block out in front by Jones. And this is the counter. You can see everybody counter to the outside, and then Jones does a great job of coming up as a lead blocker on the option, and bounces it to the outside. Boy, that's a well-designed play. Very difficult to defend because the defenders who have responsibility for pitch are getting blocked. There's somebody on them.
The Bobcats played Georgia Southern a couple of weeks ago. That's a triple option offense, not the same thing. Texas State having trouble defending that play so far this afternoon. McCall off the play fake and over the head of Likely. Defended by Jaron Morris, second down and 10.
Ball floated on him a little bit. Again, that's the indication of the weather that we have. Likely pretty good coverage that time. And ball just sailed, got up top. Now second down. You got them behind the chains. If you're Texas State, you got to force a field goal attempt at this point. You've gotten back in the game, but you just can't allow them to get separation again.
McCall so far, 4 of 8 passing for 48 yards. The Chanticleers have done their damage on the ground. This time Jones. And 4 Bobcats close in. Kevin Anderson leading that group. Second down play is good for 7 to bring up 3rd down and 3 for Coastal Carolina. And again, this team on third downs has been good, 3 of 4 so far this afternoon.
Yeah, they get themselves in very manageable third down situations right here. You got lots of options here. You can throw, you can play action, wholesale changes by both sides.
Looks like the Bobcats just put more speed out there. Look for Likely, the man in motion. The shot it clears, have to reach to 17 to convert. Here's the blitz. McCall keeps, pitches. Marable got forced out by Anderson, short of the yard to gain by about 1. What does Coach Chadwell do here?
Well, they've had such ability to run the football. I think they go right here and try to make this a 2-touchdown, not only 2-possession lead, but a 2-touchdown lead, and go to the outside, and here come the big boys into the game.
The Bobcats better pitch discipline that time. Kind of used the sideline as that extra defender.
Yeah, they did a nice job. Got support. They had a run blitz coming from the outside and did a nice job come up support.
Coastal Carolina has pieced together a 4th down conversion in 7 straight games. Run play. Jones kept his hand on the turf, and that might be enough, and it is, to the 16-yard line.
Boy, that ball was out there just across the line to gain, and it was sort of hanging out. Watch it right at the top. He gets contact. You can see that ball out there and deal contact right on it, able to hold on to it even on when it's slick as it is with this moisture.
6th play of the drive coming up for Coastal Carolina. This team can be methodical with its drives, and they can hit you quick as well. Already 2 for 2 in the red zone with 2 touchdowns, both scored by Marable. On the option, McCall slicing his way back inside, stumbles down to the 11 on a gain of 5 on 1st down.
Discipline, mental discipline is what it takes to play the option, and sometimes you just overplay. As you can see him start to the outside, it looks like it's totally covered, but you get overplay it with your pursuit a little bit, cut it back to the inside, and gets positive 5 yards on 1st down.
McCall can run, had a 62-yard touchdown run early in the 3rd quarter against Appalachia State last Saturday in Conway. The run up the left side, and again a walk-in touchdown. This time Reese White, the sophomore from Sandy Springs, Georgia, puts a shot at clears on top, 20-7.
Well, they have so many different weapons, but this is great blocking right at the point of the attack. You got to give those 5 guys up front, took care of business. White, untouched, into the end zone.
The former Georgia 6A Player of the Year in 2018, was a 3-star recruit coming out of high school. Will be a big factor in this running game moving forward. Massimo McCarty, the point after. 5 minutes gone by in the second. Coastal on top, 21-7. 3 rushing touchdowns for the Chanticleers, the first of the afternoon for Reese White, capping off an 8-play, 55-yard march. Chanticleers on top by 14.
Did you get a Streusel Top Blueberry Muffin because it's a special day? Or is it a special day because you got a Streusel Top Blueberry Muffin? Meet the new bakery sweets at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I'm a Verizon engineer, and today we're turning on 5G across the country with a coverage of 5G nationwide. And in more and more cities, the unprecedented performance of ultra-wideband, the fastest 5G in the world. It will change your phone and how businesses do everything. I'm proud because we didn't build it the easy way. We built it right. This is the 5G America's been waiting for, only from Verizon.
Oh, just one.
Jake from State Farm, it's the least I can do. You really did me a solid with that, Maya markdown on my insurance.
Here's the deal, Maya. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right.
No, really, there are no markdowns, just great rates.
Pull her home back in 20 minutes. I'll hook you up with the good parts.
When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
We know you've got your hands full at home.
I'm building a spaceship.
So Instacart is here to help make grocery shopping a little easier. Choose which store to shop from, what items you need, and how you want them. And a shopper will safely deliver them contact-free in as fast as 2 hours. Because between teaching, cooking, and parenting, you could use one less job to do. Go to Instacart.com or download the app to get free delivery on your first order using the code ORDER today.
Coastal Carolina, 171 yards rushing. They're on pace for almost 500 today. You see that number of 171. There's still 10 minutes to go in the second quarter for Coach Chadwell's Coastal Carolina Chanticleers. Keith, you notice the Bobcats are doing something different defensively to try to adjust, but Coastal Carolina had the answer for it.
Yeah, they really did bring a safety down inside and did a nice job of overcoming it. Now, Texas State got a couple of stops, got them behind the chains a couple of times, but the isolation play led to the touchdown.
Again, the kick to Jamil Jeter. Jeter across the 20 and drops right there by Mateo Sudipo. 21-7, Coastal Carolina on top. This is a team that has New Year's Six Bowl aspirations.
That the runner was down prior to the ball becoming loose. First down.
And Keith, you and I were talking about it during the last time out. You look at the remaining schedule for Coastal Carolina. If they take care of business today, as you see Jamil Jeter, was he down before the ball came out? Hard to tell on that angle. Don't see a replay coming. If they can beat Liberty next week, take care of Troy in the season finale, and win the Sun Belt title game, they have a good argument to beat a New Year's Six Bowl.
No question. I think if they take care and finish business here today, then it lines up. Liberty is just playing as good a football as anybody around, and got beat a couple of weeks ago by NC State.
The runner was down prior to the ball becoming loose. Coastal Carolina is challenging the rule.
All right, so a challenge coming from Coach Chadwell. And we'll see if Jeter did, in fact, lose possession before his knee went down.
Previous play is under further review, initiated by the replay booth. There is no timeout charged at this time.
There you go. So Coach Chadwell not charged with a timeout.
Well, he comes from the backside right here. He's carrying on the ball. There is contact. I don't see anything in that review. The ball may have come out, but there's nothing there that shows that his knee wasn't down before the ball came out of his hands. Maybe get an opportunity to see something different here. This angle, really, there's not enough video evidence to overturn that, in my opinion. I don't make those decisions. Pay grade is a lot higher than mine, but I didn't see anything you could overturn that the ball was out before his knee hit the ground.
Yeah, that's a case where the call on the field is what matters here. If they call it a fumble and the Bobcats are the ones protesting, is there enough evidence to overturn that? I don't think so.
I don't think so. Yep. If it was called a fumble, I would think it was a fumble. But every angle we get the opportunity to see,
After review, the ruling on the field stands. No fumble, first down. Again, this was a replay-initiated review. There is no challenge.
And so the Bobcats avoid losing what would have been their second fumble of the afternoon. McBride of the offense going to work. Down 21-7 early in the second. Quick throw to the outside. It's Javen Banks who scored Texas State's lone touchdown. And a sure tackle made out in space by Derek Bush.
Yeah, these corners have been really good, Brant. Texas State has challenged them with the quick outs, the stops, and say, come up and make tackles, and they've done a really good job of making those tackles. Too deep shell now.
The Chanticleers are only giving up 17 points a game. That's best in the Sun Belt Conference. McBride, with nobody open, takes off and scrambles across the 31 to bring up third down and short.
They were trying to run an RPO right there, and linebacker just stepped right in front Gallagher was right in front where McBride wanted to go. That's a really nice job of putting the ball down. I think early in the season he would have thrown that football and it could have very easily been picked.
Brings up 3rd down and 1. Bobcats 1 of 3 in 3rd down. This is the second best 3rd down defense in the Sun Belt in Coastal Carolina. It's a run. Hill trying to bounce outside and can't. Make it Brock Sturgis got slung down by Jeffrey Gunter, a player Coach Chadwell has called a difference maker on this defense. And the Bobcats will punt.
It's just a really nice job of those guys up front. They bottle it up. You can see him trying to bounce to the outside right here. Just got a hold of him, drag down, and comes up a couple of yards short. Forces a punt.
Interesting journey for Gunter. Began his career at Coastal Carolina. In fact, was first team All Sun Belt as a freshman in 2018. Transferred to North Carolina State and didn't get any playing time. Had a lot of friends still on the Chanticleer football team. They asked him to come back. Told him they were changing the culture. He agreed, and here they are, 8-0 in 2020. So 21-7, Coastal Carolina on top. Earlier this week, the College Football Playoff Committee released its first round of rankings. The Chanticleers came out number 20.
Well, you look at that, I think there's a lot of the non-power fives that should have been higher. That's just my personal opinion. Especially in 2020, it's been a very difficult year to see everything, but you can see it just matters about those top 4, no question. But you look at Cincinnati is another one that right there. Liberty we talked about would have been there. They did have their first loss a couple of weeks ago.
McCall and the offense back to work on 1st down. Another option pitch to Marable. Again, Marable 100 yards rushing in the first quarter alone. Coastal Carolina's running game is already north of 170 yards on the afternoon.
Now they run the option and they do it so many different ways. You can see Marable backing up there as the ball snapped to get in position to be the pitch man on the outside. And they run the option out of a lot of different looks.
After a gain of 6, 2nd down and 4. White in the backfield scored on Coastal's last drive. Gets free here. A cut back to the inside. Back to the outside goes White across the 40. And another big play for Coastal Carolina's ground game.
Well, just great blocking at the point of attack. He gets to the 2nd level, does White, before any contact. You can see he's right there to the 2nd level, makes a nice cutback, slick field. You know where you're going as a running back. You make that decision. As a defender, you're not sure which way he's going to go, so the field itself really becomes a factor on the defensive side.
That's a gain of 33 for Coastal Carolina, their 12th rushing play this season of 20 yards or more. And this time White settles for 5. Coastal Carolina again ranked this week for the 6th consecutive week. They are the highest ranked team in Sun Belt Conference history in what has been a historical season for the Chanticleer team. And it all began with a win in Lawrence over the Kansas Jayhawks.
It's been a historical year for the Sun Belt Conference.
That same weekend, that's a good point, Keith, there were 2 other wins for the Sun Belt over the Big 12. Arkansas State won in Manhattan over Kansas State. Louisiana defeated Iowa State. And that topic has been one of interest this week as the Cyclones are ranked and the Raging Cajuns are not. McCall on the option that time got snuffed out. He'll lose a yard. On the tackle, Jordan Revels, a sophomore from Houston.
Well, we talked about you got to make some changes and adjustments, and Texas State has brought a guy up more in the box, and because of that, it didn't get a chance to pitch this to the outside. And it's a huge play in this game right now with 5:30 to go. Coastal Carolina's going to get the ball to start in the second half. You need a stop here if you're the Bobcats to stay in this ball game.
The Chanticleers so far, 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns. The Bobcats just haven't stopped this team. Beg your pardon, 3 touchdowns and 4 possessions so far. Here's McCall stepping up on the run. The redshirt freshman glides ahead for the first down inside the 30. Again, the composure this kid shows in the pocket, outside the pocket, has been impressive to watch this season.
Well, he just bounces to the outside right here. Might have got away with a push in the back right there, right in front of him, and but gets the first down, and no call on the play. That's just aware of the yardage to gain, where you are on the field. Great field awareness.
Has been the head of the snake for an offense which leads the conference at scoring at more than 37 points a game, the highest scoring average the Chanticleers have had since they moved up to the FBS. On first down, another big gaping hole for the Chanticleers to barge through. Shamari Jones, this time inside the 15 on a gain of 13 yards.
That's excellent blocking at the point of the attack. You just watch the offensive line. Everybody stretch right there, gets a body on a body, and finds that soft spot and then explodes through it. Does Jones, and then he's a load to bring down at 225.
This for an offensive line which had 3 players opt out before the season began. They didn't know what they were going to have, but players have stepped up. Players like Willie Lampkin, a true freshman, playing at left guard, has been a big reason behind this success. McCall with a strike to a wide open receiver. Javon Hiley, the touchdown. 7th this season, and the Chanticleers offense is rolling today.
Well, you show run, and then you go play action. The linebackers have to come up, have to jump up inside, find that seam, and pitch and catch for the touchdown. And boy, just an outstanding first half of offense by Coastal Carolina.
Now that's Hiley's first catch of the afternoon. Good for a 14-yard score. Point after from Bacardi is perfect. The Chanticleers offense has been perfect so far today, as McCall guides another long drive. 7 plays, 78 yards, ending on the touchdown pass to his top target, Javon Hiley. 28-7 Coastal Carolina.
Did you get a streusel top blueberry muffin because it's a special day? Or is it a special day because you got a streusel top blueberry muffin? Meet the new bakery sweets at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I'm a Verizon engineer, and today we're turning on 5G across the country with a coverage of 5G nationwide. And in more and more cities, the unprecedented performance of ultra-wideband, the fastest 5G in the world. It will change your phone and how businesses do everything. I'm proud because we didn't build it the easy way. We built it right. This is the 5G America's been waiting for, only from Verizon.
I'll be home for Christmas. You can count on me. I'll be home for Christmas, if only in my dreams.
So ashamed I overpaid for this used car, I've decided to go undercover.
Remember, if you don't see me, you're not seeing the most accurate price. Shop at Carfax. You won't have to overpay on a used car again. Shop millions of great deals at the all-new Carfax.com.
Can't believe that Daniel deal you got me on my insurance.
Daniel, State Farm offers surprisingly great rates to everyone.
Sure you do. You want to meet the Queen?
I'm not dressed for that. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Are you ready for an offensive feast on Monday night? Well, the Seahawks are ready to let Russ cook.
They already know what's going to happen.
Can Wentz lead the Eagles to the upset? Are you ready for Monday night?
Carolina back Five possessions, beg your pardon, 4 touchdowns for Coastal Carolina. Rolling 28-7 as we close in on 4 minutes to go in the first half. Moments ago, Greg McCall, his first touchdown pass of the afternoon. Ensuing kickoff. It was to an up man, and fielded by Emmanuel Galvin Vasquez. Again, Coastal Carolina wants no part of Jeremiah Haydell in the return game today. So Grayson McCall has got a couple of top targets this season in Javon Hiley and Isaiah Likely. The two of them have combined for more than half of the receiving yards for Coastal Carolina this season. With that last touchdown by Hiley, 11 scores between these two. Very dependable targets for Grayson McCall.
Well, Likely is a matchup nightmare at 6'4" and 250 pounds, and then Hiley does a great job of getting outside. I don't know if this is a lateral or not.
Yeah, I believe that was a backwards pass. The ball eventually trickles out of bounds. And Bobcats avoid disaster.
A forward pass, incomplete, second down.
Well, that's a huge break for the Bobcats if they call that a forward pass, because that would have been nearly a 10 or 12-yard loss and almost a turnover. And it is a lot of moisture.
The Bobcats were able to go vertical.
Forward pass, incomplete. Previous play is under further review.
And they'll look at this. Again, the Bobcats were able to go vertical last week, but Arkansas State didn't have the pass rush Coastal Carolina does. You see so much, Keith. Two-step drop and a throw for McBride.
Yeah, it's the pass rush, and it's also the deep shell. They're playing two deep zone. They keep everything in front of you. They're going to get pressure, and that's what they try to do, is get pressure from their guys up front, and then on the back end, we're going to keep it in front of us.
So again, they're reviewing whether or not this was a forward pass. That was the call on the field. You see McBride. Well, that's close. I mean, that's right down the line.
It is down the line, but I don't think there's enough evidence right there. Again, they called it a forward pass on the field, and I don't believe there's enough evidence there to overturn that. Ball went out of bounds. It would stay a Texas State football, but it would be second down and 22 or something at that point.
And getting back to our conversation, the Bobcats having to do a lot of short and intermediate passing routes.
Because of pressure.
Last week, McBride completed 8 passes of 20 yards or more. Those 8 completions alone accounted for 228 yards, more than half of his total for the game. Hasn't really had those opportunities so far today.
Here comes the call.
Coach Spavital looking on, as are we.
After review, ruling on the field stands. Incomplete pass, second down.
As Keith said, that saves Texas State about 10 yards of field position. Look at it again.
Yeah, from that motion, it does look like it went forward.
So the call stands. Coach Spavital again, an emotional day for his football team. Really tough conversation with him earlier in the week. Here's Calvin Hill with a big run across the 35-yard line before he's stacked up by DeJordan Strong. And the Bobcats have a fresh set of downs after a gain of 11.
I think this is coming back for a hold.
Stop made by number 7, DeJordan Strong.
You can see it there, right side of your screen. Tate Heitmeyer.
Just get those hands outside.
Holding, offense, number 71. 10-yard penalty, repeat second down.
Coach Spavital was expecting the team to be very emotional today, left the decision to play up to them, and they felt as if playing today would serve as a relief. But one of the hardest things he's had to do in his coaching career was having to talk to the Winters family this week following his tragic death.
And talking to his players, too. What an emotional week.
Team didn't practice on Wednesday, as this screen pass goes for about 5 to Chandler Spates. They canceled all team activities Wednesday except their team Thanksgiving meal, which took place at 5 o'clock Wednesday night. And it was a great opportunity for the team to share stories about Cambrell and, again, show some cohesiveness during a very dark time.
I think they're going to take time out here.
And yes.
First charge timeout, Coastal Carolina. Timeout on the field.
Timeout taken by the Chanticleers. Will step aside as well with Coastal in control in San Marcos.
That'd be a good shot. It's going to be 5.
We believe there's a time and a place for a warm cinnamon roll. all day. And at McDonald's, meet the new bakery sweets at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I'm a Verizon engineer, and today we're turning on 5G across the country with a coverage of 5G nationwide. And in more and more cities, the unprecedented performance of ultra-wideband, the fastest 5G in the world. It will change your phone and how businesses do everything. I'm proud because we didn't build it the easy way. We built it right. This is the 5G America's been waiting for, only from Verizon.
How would I describe overpaying on a used car? It's humiliating. It's expensive.
If you don't see me, you're not seeing the most accurate price. Shop at Carfax. You won't have to overpay on a used car again. Shop millions of great deals at the all-new Carfax.com.
Oh, just one.
Jake from State Farm, that Maya markdown saved me so much on my insurance.
Maya, everyone gets surprisingly great rates with State Farm.
How can I ever repay you?
When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
He's finally asleep. Sometimes you need to take a moment for yourself. Instacart is here to help make your day a little easier. With retail partners like Walmart, you can get all the items your family needs, and a shopper will safely deliver them contact-free in as little as 2 hours. So, while you recharge, your home gets safely restocked. Go to Instacart.com or download the app to save $10 on your order from Walmart using the code WALTAP20.
Are you ready for an offensive feast on Monday night? Well, the Seahawks are ready to let Russ cook.
They already know what's going to happen.
Can Wentz lead the Eagles to the upset? Are you ready for Monday night?
Coming out of the timeout taken by Coastal Carolina, Coach Babidal's Texas State offense is faced with third down and 15. Keith and I talked about this earlier. Third and longs have been very tough for the Bobcats to convert over the past 7 games. When facing 3rd and 7 or longer, they are 3 of 40, and this just became 3rd and longer than 15.
Full start. Offense, number 73. 5-yard penalty. Remains third down.
We were talking about Coach Babidal and what his team has gone through. And when discussing Cambrell Winters, we asked him, we know who Winters is as a player. What about Cambrell Winters as a person? As the Bobcats run a draw, and Calvin Hill with an honest gain of 11. And he said that everything you need to know about Cambrell Winters, you could tell by the reaction of the team once they learned of the news.
Yeah, it's stunning. It's stunning for those of us who have reached, that are older. But as when you're 18, 19, 20 years old, it's just, you feel like you're going to live forever, and it's just not the case all the time.
Calvin Hill off the field after that 11-yard run. 9 yards short of the first down as Zoe Kelly punts it away. Behind the head of Hiley. And the Bobcats will scoop it up at the 23-yard line. Keep in mind that Coastal Carolina will also have possession to start the second half. They really have a chance to put their foot on the throat right now.
Yeah, they have not been stopped except one possession in the game. 235 yards on the ground, 62 through the air, 297 here in the first half. I think the other one that jumps off the page for me, 15 first downs in the first half.
And you and I said this as well, the yards per play. Coastal Carolina is nearly averaging a first down every time they snap the football.
From their own 23-yard
297 yards of offense so far, and they've only run 33 plays to get that total. Remarkable offense here from the Chanticleers. Marable spinning away across the 30 before Rogers and Rebels bring him down.
Now the other part is they've done a great job of managing and maintaining the football on what is a slick day. You can see Marable that time really wrapping up with that contact, trying to finish that run.
Texas State overcame an 11-point deficit last week. They're down 21 now, though, with 2.5 to go in the half. And that time, Texas State with a tackle in the backfield. Nico Azador, who is the team's reigning defensive MVP from last week on the play.
Handoff goes to number 1.
Well, not calling timeout. neither side right here.
3-yard loss.
If you can get a stop right here, you take a timeout if you're Texas State and maybe get some half-decent field position here.
See Isidore having a career year this year, leading the team in sacks and tackles for loss. In fact, in the Sun Belt Conference, only Justin Rice of Arkansas State has more tackles in the backfield than Nico Isidore. On 3rd and 5, a 5-man rush in the flat. It's caught, it's likely. Breaking a tackle, hurdling a defender. Showing off his athleticism for another Coastal first down.
Well, he's just you just don't have a matchup for him. Excellent out pattern to the outside, breaks a tackle. You were coming, Texas State was coming with a blitz, so it's one-on-one on the outside, and he makes a nice move, breaks a tackle right there, and then leaps to break another tackle.
You wouldn't know it. That likely needs surgery in the offseason, watching him reel off plays like that. Off the play action fake. McCall slinging it downfield. Incomplete. On the coverage there was Zion Childress, a true freshman, defending Greg Latushko. Stops the clock with 1:36 left.
So Latushko was on an out and up. He was on a wheel route. That time, that was the first time we've seen McCall maybe forced trying to get a big one when it wasn't there. He had an open receiver underneath, but he was trying to get the ball down the field. 1:36 to go here.
McCall closing in on 2,000 yards of total offense for the season. And he has now thrown 109 straight passes without throwing an interception with his 11 today. Wide open man to his left, Hiley. Shoving Morris out of the way, but there is a flag back at the 48. We'll see if this stands. It won't.
An eligible receiver downfield, and you get that 3 yards. This is something that I think has been more noticeable with all the RPOs that are going on now in college football. It's become more noticeable, and I really believe line judges are looking for it more than they did.
Offense, number 63, 5-yard penalty, repeat second down.
They call that against Trey Carter, the anchor of this really good offensive line, one of the team captains, a senior from Monroeville, Alabama, today making his 45th straight start.
That's an accomplishment on its own right there.
Just a wear and tear.
45th straight start.
At a position in which every snap of the ball, there's contact.
Yes, there is.
From a guy who weighs 300 plus on the other side. Marable, the big first half, to the right of McCall, takes the handoff, escapes the grasp of Isidore, and then slung down finally on the play by Kevin Anderson. 3rd and long coming up now for the Chanticleers with $1:15 left.
Yeah, they're not in a huge hurry right here. I think the penalty got them a little bit behind the chains, got them off cycle a little bit. I think they'll throw it and try to pick up the first down here, and then they may get into the hurry up.
Chanticleers in 3rd down, 5 of 7 today. Here's the blitz. McCall stepping up, chucks it complete inside the 40, and it's Javon Hiley. He and Childress, a little exchange of words at the back end of that play. Javon Hiley putting his stamp on this game in the 2nd quarter.
Well, I tell you what, this is an outstanding pass. You step up in the pocket, McCall right there on the move to the outside, lays it up, contact, it goes out of bounds. Now with 47 seconds, you'll see this team in real hurry-up mode.
Coach Chadwell calling Hiley the team's most consistent player. After converting on 3rd and 9, McCall back to the air. Escapes pressure on the run, fires complete to the 15. Latushko, another first down catch for the Chanticleers.
Well, this is, again, McCall does a great job of buying time, feels the pressure, goes to the outside. This is with the wet football, folks, and he just bounces up, comes up in here on the run, and throws a dart for the first down.
We have to remind you that Grayson McCall isn't a senior. He's not a junior with 30 starts under his belt. This is his first season of collegiate football, and he is having his way against opposing Sunbelt defenses this year. This young kid from North Carolina going back to work. McCall all day to throw. Rolls out, throws over the cross of his body, incomplete for Hiley.
He's going to be roughing the passer here. He's going to extend this and be half the distance.
And it looks like it's going to come from Sione Tupou.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Defense number 55. Half the distance in the goal line. Automatic first down.
And it is against Tupou, the junior out of Allen, former UTEP Miners, first year of the program here at Texas State. Boy, the Bobcats are not in a position to help out the Chanticleers. And that penalty puts Coastal inside the 10. Now goal to go with 30 seconds left and still 2 timeouts. Eternity left for CoastalCarolina. It'll dump off to a wide open Javon Hiley, his second touchdown. Another Chanticleer with a 2-touchdown day. Childress for the Bobcats having to be separated away from Hiley, and Coastal scores again.
This is a well-designed play to the outside. It's called an overload, and you just overload this section. Too many people to defend on the outside, and boy, that was a really nice drive with a couple of third down conversions, overcoming an illegal man downfield to convert for the touchdown.
Another long and lengthy drive engineered by Grayson McCall. And the point after from McCarney is in with 25 seconds left to go. I don't know if anybody was concerned about this being a trap game for Coastal, knowing what's ahead. Liberty next week, and a great matchup between 2 non-Power 5s. A potential Sun Belt Conference title game looming just 3 weeks from today. Again, with the overlooked Texas State, we have our answer. They have not.
No, they've come out and really done an outstanding job. I think that the impressive part for me is what they've done defensively. They've used that front to really slow down Texas State, just taking away any of the running game for the Bobcats. And once you do that and you're running it and the opponent can't run it, it usually turns into W's.
So McCall, who didn't throw a lot in the first quarter, has now thrown 2 touchdown passes in the second. And 2 of them to Javon Hiley. And now has become the 6th player in CoastalCarolina history to record 100 catches in a career.
20th touchdown pass of the year against 1 interception for McCall.
Plus 19 in the touchdown interception ratio for, again, a red shirt freshman. Out of bounds and around or close to out of bounds before it's picked up by Emmanuel Galvin Vasquez, the 30-yard line.
Well, all 3 of their timeouts, 25 seconds. It would not surprise me to see if they get vertical here early in this and see if they can get something. The Bobcats haven't been able to get past that 2-deep shell that Coastal's played in the entire ball game.
McBride has had an efficient first half, but it hasn't been enough as that one sails incomplete for Jeremiah Haydell. Again, coming off the best game of his young career, the former Memphis Tiger, initially out of Coppell, Texas, the son of a high school coach, Joe McBride, a great Texas high school football coaching career. Coach Brady in high school at Coppell. On second down, Brock Sturgis with a run. And that'll stop the clock to move the chains with 15 seconds left across the 40.
Enough goes to number 5, Brock Sturgis.
Coach Bavital commented how proud he was of the team last week doing what they've done all year long, continuing to fight, trying to show off some more of that fight despite being down 28, and that will be the deficit going into the halftime locker rooms. CoastalCarolina planting its flag in San Marcos as they hold a 35-7 lead, an offense that simply was not stopped. 372 yards of offense for the Chanticleers through 30 minutes of football. You name it, the Chanticleers did it. Jamie Chadwell trying to stay dry on this wet and gloomy Saturday afternoon. His team has been red hot. 35-7 lead at the end of 2, ready to start the third quarter here in San Marcos. His offense pieced it together, 5 touchdown drives out of their 6 first half possessions. And they'll get possession to start the second half as well. A Chanticleer team looking to stay undefeated on this season. And they're halfway there, on top by 28, and that will be good for a touchback for Coastal Carolina as the ball is fair caught by Shamari Jones.
Well, you talk about the numbers. When you just look at the numbers, we talked about third down were so good. And then the other one, 2 running backs averaging more than 10 yards a carry in the first half.
A remarkable first half for C.J. Marable in particular, 12 carries for 123 yards. 2 touchdowns, and then the game plan kind of changed in the second quarter. Coastal then put the ball in the hands more of Grayson McCall, and he threw a couple of second quarter touchdown passes. So the first play of the third quarter for the Chanticleers coming up. Marable, the man in motion. It is a run for Reese White. So Coastal on top by 28. And if you're the Bobcats, your work is cut out for you because Coastal does not allow comebacks the last 4 games. Look at that point disparity, 63-6. They have not allowed a second half touchdown in more than a month.
Yeah, and a lot of that has to do with the fact is they're so good offensively. They move the chains, keep the ball in their hands, and the best defense is your offense when it's on the field.
How about this? Coastal Carolina is a Bobcat player.
Timeout for an injured player. Timeout on the field.
Is down. It's Jordan Rebels. We'll talk more about the Chanticleers when we come back. Coastal on top, 35-7.
Behold, the new icing glazed apple fritter. Finally, there's a way to turn your coffee into a dipping sauce. Meet the new bakery sweets at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I'm a Verizon engineer, and today we're turning on 5G across the country with a coverage of 5G nationwide. And in more and more cities, the unprecedented performance of ultra-wideband, the fastest 5G in the world. It will change your phone and how businesses do everything. I'm proud because we didn't build it the easy way. We built it right. This is the 5G America's been waiting for, only from Verizon.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Yeah, right. Pepperoni pockets, an atomic brownie, cuckoo crusties.
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
And a cider ranch. You're the man.
When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
He's finally asleep. Sometimes you need to take a moment for yourself. Instacart is here to help take grocery shopping off your plate. Choose which store to shop from, what items you need, and a shopper will safely deliver them contact-free in as fast as 2 hours. So while you recharge, your kitchen gets safely restocked. Go to instacart.com or download the app to get free delivery on your first order using the code ORDER today.
The injury stoppage was short as Jordan Rebels for Texas State was able to get himself back to the sidelines. A player who missed 5 games earlier this season because of a broken foot is on the sidelines now for Texas State. So out of the injury timeout, Chanticleers on their opening third quarter drive. Faced with second down and 5 to go. Big hole again for Marable. How many times have we said that? Brendan Looper, the tackle for Texas State. This offensive line has been so good today. Running lanes, backs, protection for McCall. They've really been the team to establish the line of scrimmage today.
Yeah, and you just saw it right there. Trey Carter The right guard, just really nice block at the point of attack. They kick out. They played as a really good unit from across the board. You know, and you look at that with a true freshman on the line as well.
We were discussing the dominant second halves for Coastal Carolina. They have yet to trail a game at the end of 3 quarters this season. They've only trailed in the 4th quarter once. That was last week against Appalachian State. Another strike thrown to Likely, breaking a tackle. Isaiah Likely inside the 40. So tough to bring down, and moves the chains again.
He just, we've talked about it, big tight end, playing out at wide receiver, RPO. You get it to him, 250 pounds and can move. And well, I tell you what, he just drags tacklers with him that time for the first down.
The first defender that made contact was Jordan Mass for Texas State. He's a $180. You just heard Keith mention it. Likely's got 70 pounds on him. That was a mismatch. New quarterback in, by the way. McCall off the field for at least this play. Bryce Carpenter, and a quarterback for this play for Coastal Carolina.
Bryce Carpenter on the quarterback keeper.
Carpenter, one of the quarterbacks that McCall beat out in fall camp, along with Fred Payton.
When you're a team that has played as well as Coastal Carolina has, you need to get everybody some reps, and you got the opportunity here with 4 touchdown lead, and you're going to let him play the game, play your style. I mean, you can see the RPO right there. Stay in your same game plan, just get different personnel in there to allow them some experience.
McCall throwing to Carpenter, so both players in the last 2 plays and formations for the Chanticleers. That time Carpenter lining up in the slot. Jaron Morris, one of the better defenders for Texas State this season, on the tackle. Issues all game long for the Bobcats getting off the field defensively. 3rd down, 2 to go. And we have a run up the left side. It is short of the first down.
Number 5, Samari.
So 4th and short coming up.
Yeah, it's a nice job up front. I don't think you'll see the field goal unit on the field. I think you'll see them line up here and give it to one of their backs. Could run option. Yeah, they do so many things well offensively. You have to defend so many different areas.
This is 4th and 1. The motion man Marable. And it is Shamari Jones, the first down. Again, is plowing through that front 7 for Texas State and the Bobcats 3-3-5 defense. A storyline that we discussed with head coach Jake Spavital is that of his brother Zach Spavital, the defensive coordinator. Just how tough has his job been this year, given all the injuries the Bobcats have had on that side of the football?
And they've tried different things. We've seen some 4 down front. We've seen blitzes. We've seen personnel changes where you walk a safety down. They've tried a lot of different things to come up with some stops.
In particular, the secondary decimated by injuries this year for the Bobcats. Marable trying to get away from Cordell Rogers. He may have taken off his shoe or an elbow pad or something in the process. The rain still coming down, by the way. This hasn't let up today, Keith.
And amazing how well both of these football teams have done holding on to the football. We've seen a few passes get away. We've seen some balls through some receivers' hands, but very difficult day to hold on to the football.
If you look at one stat as the reason why Coastal has improved so much after a 5-7 campaign a year ago, it's turnovers.
No doubt.
Just 9 committed this year. They committed 17 a year ago. On 2nd down and 9, Marable up the gut. Marable into the clear, into the end zone for the 3rd time. What a day for C.J. Marable. Chanticleers continue running all over the Bobcats.
Well, this is just great vision. Offensive line just takes somebody on right in front of you, so it's just zone blocking up front. He's stretching to the outside, and boy, he's got great vision. You can see zone blocking, everybody reaching, helmet on a helmet, and he just finds the soft spot and explodes through it for the touchdown.
Good drive of Mack Truck through the hole that Coastal Carolina's offensive line just carved open there for C.J. Marable. Bacardi's point after is in. 42-7 Coastal Carolina. A 3-touchdown day for the senior out of Decatur, C.J. Marable, getting a breather after gashing the Bobcats for a 23-yard touchdown run. Marable having a day at Texas State.
I'm a Verizon engineer, and today we're turning on 5G across the country with a coverage of 5G nationwide. And in more cities, the unprecedented performance of ultra-wideband, the fastest 5G in the world. It will change your phone and how businesses do everything. I'm proud because we didn't build it the easy way. We built it right. This is the 5G America's been waiting for, only from Verizon.
We believe there's a time and a place for a warm cinnamon roll. All day. And at McDonald's. Meet the new bakery sweets at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
How would I describe overpaying on a used car? It was humiliating. It's expensive. I just trusted the wrong used car sites.
Remember, if you don't see me, you're not seeing the most accurate price. Shop at Carfax. You won't have to overpay on a used car again.
But I guess life goes on. So, all right, come on, boy. Here we go. Let's go, buddy.
Shop millions of great deals, all with a free Carfax report. Only at the all-new Carfax.com.
We've been training for the Shipathon. This holiday, shop and ship early. FedEx.
Can't believe that Daniel deal you got me on my insurance.
Daniel, State Farm offers surprisingly great rates to everyone.
Sure you do. You want to meet the Queen?
I'm not dressed for that. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Are you ready for an offensive feast on Monday night? Well, the Seahawks are ready to let Russ cook.
They already know what's going to happen.
Can Wentz lead the Eagles to the upset? Are you ready for Monday night?
It is an ugly day in San Marcos. The rain continues to pour in south central Texas. Temperatures in the 50s, but if you're Coastal Carolina, it might as well be sunshine and rainbows right now on top, 42-7.
Yeah, they've taken care of the football. It hasn't been raining on their side of the field, at least at this point.
Our score graphic is down for the time being. There's 10 minutes to go in the third, and Coastal on top, again, 42-7. And a short return by Jamarie Shareed. C.J. Marable for the Chanticleers, 154 yards rushing. The previous season high for a Coastal running back this season was 81 yards. And in fact, this is already the 17th best single day in terms of yardage for a Coastal running back in team history.
Well, you know, they have given a lot of snaps to a lot of different people, but he's had the hot hand today, no question about it.
8th time in his career over 100 yards. Bobcats on the ground, their first third quarter play for Calvin Hill on what was 1st and 10, and this will turn into 2nd and 1. The all-time single game record for Chanticleer held by a future NFL player, Mike Tolbert. Former Coastal Carolina star put up 244 yards on 13 carries against VMI 13 years ago. St. Dell, the first down for the Bobcats across the 35. Keith, there have been some good players to come from this program.
Oh, no question.
Mike Tolbert, one of them. How about Josh Norman? Also made his name playing for the Panthers in the NFL. On 1st down and 10, McBride escapes the pressure on the run to the outside. McBride showing off his wheels, and he's out of bounds into Coastal territory, just shy of the 40-yard line.
Well, we've seen a lot of players throw their gloves off there. Everybody is just soaked. You can see some of the belts of hand warmers that have come off players. They're trying to find the best way to stay dry. You're not going to stay dry today.
8:45 left in the third, 42-7 Coastal on 1st and 10, an incomplete pass as the Chanticleers broke up that screenplay for Texas State.
There is no foul for intentional grounding. Number 22 is in the area of the pass. Second down.
Should note, while the Chanticleers have 2 games left, Texas State season is done. And barring a miraculous comeback, they'll finish the year 2-10. But you talk to a lot of coaches around the Sun Belt Conference, everybody is in agreement. The record is not indicative of just how good this Bobcat team has been this season.
Been in a lot. You got to learn how to win. And you see, this is a great defensive play there, but they've been in a lot of ball games, a lot of one possession games. You go back early in the season, they really played SMU well, and then had a chance for UTSA to have that one in their grasp.
Yep.
Let it slip away.
Boston College was a 3-point game.
Yes, it was.
In Chestnut Hill, Massachusetts. Coach Spavital's team has made progress here in 2020. Will it carry over into next year? When talking to both Coach Spavital and Coach Chadwell of Coastal Carolina, they believe there are parallels between the 2 programs in terms of where they could go. That pass is in the turf for Barbie on what was 3rd down and 10. Coastal Carolina last year, Keith, was close in a lot of games.
Yeah, they were right there and understanding and learning what it takes to come away with a victory in a college football game. When players start to understand that, you may understand it as a coach, but your players have to understand, yeah, coach, I know why we didn't get it done.
Bobcats are 0 for the last 7 on 4th downs over the last 3 games. Going forward here, this is 4th and 11. Our down and distance is not currently working on the score graphic, but that's what the Bobcats are faced with. On 4th down, McBride steps up. Gonna have to run again, and McBride finding but will not get enough. Teddy Gallagher along with Roland Wooden II on the tackle, and a turnover on downs for Texas State.
That's one of the things we've seen. I think the other part, you were talking real quickly about trying to get there and how close you're to getting there, is effort. And the one thing you see consistently from Texas State is effort.
You see there the score by quarter. Coastal Carolina led 14-7 today at the end of 1, but that troublesome second quarter for the Bobcats, as it has been all season long, continued today. The Chanticleers, 21-0 advantage in the second to pull away, and already a 3rd quarter score. And that has led to a 42-7 Chanticleer advantage. You wonder how much longer McCall will be in the game for the Chanticleers. He's taking a shot down the middle. Incomplete. Good coverage of Javon Hiley that time by Jaron Morris.
Well, laid it up, did a nice job. He caught the safety up, so he laid it to the outside and just out of reach. That was excellent coverage. Not a great day to come back, and you can see him set up to try to throw the football. Watch him now lead him out in front, away from the linebacker safety coming back, just out of reach.
So now 2nd and 10 for Coastal. It's Marable who had the 23-yard touchdown run on the Chanticleers' previous possession. You know, Coastal Carolina, again in the Sun Belt since 2017. This is their 4th football season of the conference. The day before the school joined the Sun Belt, their baseball team, representing the Big South Conference, won the national championship, beating the Arizona Wildcats in the College World Series. Third down and 7 from the 40. For McCall and the Chanticleers, 3rd down has been their down today. Bobcats bring the blitz. McCall steps up, heaves it towards the sidelines, incomplete. Cordell Rogers, good coverage that time of Cameron Brown.
Well, it was good coverage on the outside. Very difficult play to complete. He got one-on-one coverage at the top of your screen, tried to lay it out in front of him. Good defense in it and knocked that football away. It's something we haven't seen very often, a Coastal punt.
This is just his 2nd of the day. Remember, Charles Overson, his 1st, was pinned inside the 5. And there's Haydell. Had a punt return for a score against UTSA. Kickoff return for a score against Georgia Southern. And Haydell bobbles it on the turf. It's still loose. And it looks like the Bobcats were able to get back on it. It has just been that kind of day for Texas State. They take over trailing 42-7.
I'm a Verizon engineer, and today we're turning on 5G across the country with a coverage of 5G nationwide. And in more and more cities, the unprecedented performance of ultra-wideband, the fastest 5G in the world. It will change your phone and how businesses do everything. I'm proud because we didn't build it the easy way. We built it right. This is the 5G America's been waiting for, only from Verizon.
Did you get a Streusel Top Blueberry Muffin because it's a special day? Or is it a special day because you got a Streusel Top Blueberry Muffin? Meet the new bakery sweets at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
So ashamed I overpaid for this used car. I've decided to go undercover. Guess I picked the wrong used car site.
Remember, if you don't see me, you're not seeing the most accurate price. Shop at Carfax. You won't have to overpay on a used car again.
Hey, Bob.
Oh, my. Hey, Beth. How we feeling?
Good.
Yep.
Moving.
Shop millions of great deals, all with a free Carfax report. Only at the all-new Carfax.com.
Oh, just one.
Jake from State Farm, it's the least I can do. You really did me a solid with that, Maya markdown on my insurance.
Here's the deal, Maya. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right.
No, really, there are no markdowns, just great rates.
Pull around back in 20 minutes. I'll hook you up with the good parts.
When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Do you have a favorite football team growing up?
I started to watch this guy, Tom Brady.
All right, that'll do it.
It's target practice.
Yes! Here we go.
Hi, Peyton.
Your president?
Can't shoot with that.
Omaha.
There it is!
Nothing but net.
One of the themes for Coastal Carolina this season has been the Chanticleer's ability to learn how to win games. And they have learned that lesson very well this season. That win right there at the gun, nearly at the gun. Massimo Bacardi, a game-winning 40-yard field goal at Louisiana back on October the 14th, the last time Coastal Carolina was not ranked. And again, this team learned some hard lessons a year ago and route to a 5-7 record. But those hard lessons have paid off as Coastal Carolina is undefeated 8-0. And they are about 20 minutes away from moving to 9-0 as the Bobcats take over down 35.
The two things that jump off the page is you learn how to win, and then you start to expect to win. And that's the other one. The next hurdle is you that way you don't run into trap games. You don't run into the situations. You go out, your performance stays level.
Right now it is 2nd down and 7 for Texas State after a short 3-yard pickup for Jamil Jeter. His number called again, and Jeter is met at the 25-yard line by that big defensive line of Coastal Carolina. This brings up 3rd down for Texas State.
Yeah, they've run 6, 8, 10 guys on that defensive front. Get Jackson now, that one defensive end, he becomes really a pass rusher and passing down now.
Teron Jackson having a career year.
Yes, he is.
Has already set the program record for career sacks, tackles for loss, and quarterback hurries. Good screen from Marcel Barbie, running away from the defense inside of midfield. Marcel Barbie is yet to make a marquee play in this game. That one is biggest. The Bobcats are 1st down in Coastal territory.
I've seen this play 3 or 4 times in the ball game when they go with tunnel screen to the outside and really well set up. Good blocking out at the point of attack, and then just extends it right here and takes it into Coastal Carolina territory.
As Texas State keeps an eye on the future, Marcel Barbie certainly would be a figure in that future for Texas State moving forward. Barbie only a junior. Keep in mind that, again, nobody's losing a year of eligibility this season across college football.
3-yard gain on the play, 2nd down 7.
Bobcats only have 11 seniors on the team, a few of which are leaning towards coming back next year as well. This is 2nd down and 7 from the 40. McBride out to Drew Jackson on the bubble screen and got wrapped up by Macanzo. Brings up 3rd down and long for Texas State.
Yeah, the spur backer did a really nice job reading that quickly. Comes pursuit from the inside and took the cutback. Anytime you go out to a bubble or a tunnel, that cutback for the receiver or the runner at that point, very important. Brings it up a 3rd and long again.
2 outside linebackers for Coastal Carolina, Macanzo and Kelly, each tore their ACL in the same game. In that win over Kansas a year ago, they beat the Jayhawks 2 years running, both times in Lawrence. Both back this season after missing most of last year, and they've been a big part of this Coastal dominant defense. Inside the 30, it's Jamil Jeter. And the former Oklahoma State Cowboy has it inside the 15-yard line in his best run today.
Well, they caught Carolina Coastal Carolina on a blitz that time, and really nice blocking on the outside. Blitz is coming from the bottom of your screen. He bounces the outside. No corner there because the corner was coming on a corner blitz. Gets into the 2nd level, takes it into the red zone.
7th play of the drive coming up for Texas State. Not quite goal to go. It's 1st and 10 from the 11. McBride floats it to the end zone and incomplete, looking for Barbie, but well covered by Derek Bush.
Well, Bush did a nice job. Barbie was trying to go to the inside and then had that swim move where he could turn and look for the football. You can't go anywhere when the defender's standing there. You can't, that'd be offensive pass interference. So that was excellent coverage.
Barbie really had his come-out party in that 2nd game of the season against UTSA. A couple of touchdowns in that game, is 10 all in the year, 2nd most in the country. McBride pressured, and down he goes. Kelly had the initial pressure, and Teron Jackson finishes him off.
Well, they come with a blitz that time, just overload the pocket. Had 6 guys on the line of scrimmage, everybody coming, just a little bit, try to do a little play action out of that. By the time he lifts up from that play action, pressure's in his face.
Jackson, a 2-time Sun Belt Defensive Player of the Week, was named National Defensive Player of the Week earlier this month after a big performance against South Alabama. This is now 3rd down and 16, a draw for Jeter, and is tackled short of the 10 at about the 12-yard line.
28, Jamal Jeter on the carry.
Well, I think at this point of the ball game, I don't think you'll see field goal here on 4th down. I think they'll be going for it.
And that's what's going to happen here. As you look at Teron Jackson, you see those career numbers.
Wow.
Leads the Chanticleers in all of those categories. He's been just a terror on the defensive line. Certainly has an NFL future ahead of him. 6'2", 260.
Blitz coming here. Now Coastal comes out of it. They make a change. Both teams making changes at the line of scrimmage.
Play clock down to 2. This is 4th and 11. McBride, nowhere to throw the ball. Now slings it complete inside the 5, but that's not going to be enough. The Bobcats had to reach the 2 and a turnover on downs with a little more than a minute left here in the 3rd quarter. Let's talk about this fact, Keith. The fact that Texas State is simply playing today, 12th game of the season. Nobody else in the country can say that.
Well, it's with all the protocols, that's really, as Coach said to us yesterday, it's a really something our players did what they were supposed to do, took care of themselves, the entire staff and the university taking care of it would give the opportunity to, did not miss a game, and everybody staying healthy enough. Now there was, like every ball club, there was, things going on, but they did a great job of controlling it. I mean, they didn't have tight ends in one of the games because the whole tight end room was out. So they did some amazing things.
In any normal year, you wouldn't see an informational graphic of who leads the country in games played. But in 2020, in a pandemic year, here we are. A couple of well-known coaches Ryan Day for Ohio State, Nick Saban for Alabama just this week testing positive for the COVID-19 virus.
Yeah, Alabama is playing today. Ohio State had to postpone.
Yep. There's some questions about how that Big Ten championship game is going to play out.
Yep.
So many teams have had to cancel. They didn't start their season until late October. Fred Payton at quarterback for Coastal Carolina. That could be the end of the day for Grayson McCall as this play is strung out. Good play from Baden Pinson, the junior out of Cincinnati.
Pass is complete to number 31, Baden Pinson.
Pinson hasn't touched the ball much this year as Coach Chadwell starts emptying his bench, and that takes us to the end of the third quarter. The Chanticleers expanding on their lead, courtesy of a touchdown run from who else? Spack's group, and they are bringing out the number 1 jersey of their fallen teammate Cambrell Winters, who was tragically killed earlier this week, just 4 days ago. And they brought his jersey out to the sidelines as they played today in his honor in what is a very emotional day for this Texas State football team after losing Cam Winters Tuesday night. Start of the fourth quarter, Coastal Carolina is on top 42-7. And a lot of the players on this team speaking out following Winters' passing, to include Gavin Graham, a player who's out for the season. Gavin was one of several players who let their thoughts be known through social media. We'll go through a few more of these throughout the game. A couple of ex-players as well have relayed their thoughts on the loss of Cambrell Winters. It's second down and 6 here with a shot to clear. Shamari Jones the run. Jones leaps across the 40-yard line before he's tackled by Cordell Rogers.
Well, there's still some different guys up front, but still getting a great push. Excellent blocking right at the point of attack. I'll tell you what, they rush now for 317 yards in the ballgame.
Inside of 14 minutes to go, you see there the towel. Long live number 1, Cambrell Winters is what that stands for. Jones slips. That's going to bring up second down and 9 after a short gain. Mentioned former players. Well, Aaron Brewer, now starting with the Tennessee Titans in the NFL, was a teammate of Winters as recently as last season, letting his thoughts known on social media as well. Big outcry of support for this program and all those who knew Cambrell Winters over the past several days.
No gain on the play, second down 10.
On second down, and they'll say 10. Again, Payton at quarterback. The day is done for Grayson McCall. And Payton takes off and runs. Payton inside of midfield, weaving through traffic. Jaron Morris and Nico Esador finally lasso him down inside the 40 to 37-yard line.
Boy, he does a really nice job right here. He's trying to get it out and to flip it out right here. You can see right there. Want to get rid of it. It's not there. Puts the football down, just finds the soft spot, and then does a nice job of cutting back against the grain. Holds on to the football. That's the other thing on the day, because it is, we've tried to describe it. It is, you can tell the players are having a tough time holding on to anything. A lot of guys are taking their gloves off. They're so wet.
And now Carpenter at quarterback for Coastal Carolina. You see the numbers for Payton. He has played, in fact, started the win against Georgia Southern due to an injury to Grayson McCall. And not a bad option for Coach Chadwell to have as a backup. Fred Payton is the 5th leading passer in program history.
4-yard gain on the play, second down 6.
A lot of depth at a lot of positions for Coastal Carolina. Experience, good young talent. You add it all up, and that'll help you get out to 8-0 on their way to 9-0 here today. And on this second down run, that's Pinson for a first down inside the 25-yard line.
Great patience. You can see him bounce to the outside. He was waiting, get his block, and then cut it back inside, get the first down. And again, those 5, this all starts, Brant, but those 5 guys up front. And still a lot of the regulars up front right now, and they are controlling this line of scrimmage.
This is the second consecutive season that Coach Chadwell has been the Chanticleer's head coach, but it is his third with the program, as he actually was the interim head coach for Coastal Carolina back in 2017, as then head coach Joe Moglia had to miss the year due to health reasons. And the funny thing is, when talking to Coach Chadwell about that, he believes that Coach Moglia got sick on purpose and gave him a bad team to coach 3 years ago.
Still very much involved in the program, though.
Yes, he is. Yes, he's still on staff at Coastal Carolina. And what a remarkable life he has led. To go from the CEO of TD Ameritrade, then get bored, get into coaching, first as a volunteer in Nebraska, later the head coach at Coastal Carolina. He has led quite the life, as that pass falls incomplete for Connor McCarthy. We asked Coach Chadwell, which would you choose? He said, there is no bad choice. Head coach or CEO of a big company.
Well, this is a really well thrown ball. Just couldn't bring it down. Again, most of the time you see receivers with gloves, most of them have taken them off now just because it is so wet.
It's now 3rd down and 7 for Peyton in the offense. Approach to the Texas State red zone. They're at the 21. Option play. Peyton is going to string it out himself, and Peyton falls ahead, but short of the first down by about 4 yards with 10 minutes and change left. And again, Coastal on its way to a 9th straight win to open the season, 10 straight dating back to last year.
And I don't think it's running up the score, but I don't think you'll see a field goal attempt here. I think they'll try to go for it on 4th down.
That brings up 4th down.
So 4th down with the Chanticleers. They need about 4 to convert. Inside the 20, they already have 2 4th down conversions today. Back to throw. Payton throws for the end zone, incomplete. And there is a late flag. Boy, it just came in. No flags initially, but the back judge threw it just seconds ago. And this could extend the drive. Bobcats only have been flagged 3 times today. This has not told their story.
This ball could be ruled uncatchable, and they could lift this flag up.
Pass interference, defense, 15-yard penalty. That results in automatic first down.
So instead, the drive continues for the Chanticleers.
Well, there was definitely contact right here, but ball was not anywhere close to the receiver. I don't think it affected the outcome of the play, Brent. I thought they might pick this flag up because the ball's, again, not close to being able to be caught.
How about the controversial offensive pass interference call last week at the Big Ten involving Purdue? They'll be talking about that one in West Lafayette for a long time. Carpenter back at the quarterback here for Coastal. Payton is lined up at receiver, the top of the screen. The option play, Howell Vincent, the tackle back at the 5 for Texas State.
Well, this is backside pursuit. Just an excellent job by Vincent. You can see him coming off the corner, trying to run the option. I really don't believe he knew that he was there. He's fortunate to hold on to the football.
Texas State defense trying to make a late stand here. A team playing for pride at this point. Coastal's been in control from the opening kick. Ball on the ground, picked up by Pinson, spins away, muscles in for the touchdown. What a heads-up play from Baden Pinson. Chanticleers in the end zone for the 7th time this afternoon.
Touchdown, Coastal Carolina.
Well, bad snap started it. The ball was on the carpet. Couldn't feel it. So many times you'll see players just fall on it, Makes a nice spin and then muscles his way into the end zone. That's an excellent run. That's just a really nice job. You can see his teammates very excited for him.
Doesn't get many chances. He's primarily been a special teams player, albeit a very good one. Had just 10 carries all season coming into the game. The point after, backup kicker in now for the Chanticleers. The bench eventually emptied. Kieran Callahan knocks it through. 9 minutes left in this one. Coastal continues to add to its lead. On top by 42. Heads up play, Baden Pinson spinning and muscling his way in for 6. Chanticleers on top big.
This isn't just a Wi-Fi upgrade. This is Xfi Complete from Xfinity. With unlimited data, you can stream and scroll more than ever. And will ensure you get the most out of your Wi-Fi coverage. Learn more about Xfi Complete today.
Did you get a streusel top blueberry muffin because it's a special day? Or is it a special day because you got a streusel top blueberry muffin? Meet the new bakery sweets at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
We've been training for the Shipathon. This holiday, shop and ship early. FedEx.
We know you've got your hands full at home.
I'm building a spaceship.
So Instacart is here to help make shopping a little easier. With retail partners like Walmart, you can get all you need from household items to fresh produce, and a shopper will safely deliver them contact-free in as little as 2 hours. Because between teaching, cooking, and parenting, you could use one less job to do. Go to Instacart.com or download the app to save $10 on your order from Walmart using the code WALTAP20.
How would I describe overpaying on a used car? It was humiliating. It's expensive. I just trusted the wrong used car sites.
Remember, if you don't see me, you're not seeing the most accurate price. Shop at Carfax. You won't have to overpay on a used car again.
But I guess life goes on. So, all right, come on, boy. Here we go. Let's go, buddy.
Shop millions of great deals, all with a free Carfax report. Only at the all-new Carfax.com.
The rain is pouring and the points are pouring here in St. Marcus for Coastal Carolina. 49 points. The Chanticleers 3 points shy of matching a season high. They've cracked 50 twice this season. Put up 52 against Arkansas State, 51 in Atlanta over Georgia State. And they've imposed their will today. Against Texas State, on the return, Jeremiah Haydell, his first opportunity for a return today. Slips ahead across the 30-yard line. Let's take you around the Sun Belt Conference scoreboard. Here in late November on the Saturday afternoon, Georgia State wins its rivalry game over Georgia Southern there at Turner Field in Atlanta. South Alabama, Arkansas State locked in a tight game in Jonesboro. Meanwhile, Louisiana, Appalachian State rolling in their respective games.
Yeah, they continue to roll. Appalachian State really paying attention to this ball game and put themselves in position. And it looks like we've got a rematch of Louisiana and Coastal Carolina.
That's true. So the two played in a tight one at Lafayette, won by the Chanticleers 30-27. And this win today for Coastal does clinch the East Division and home field advantage in the upcoming title game against the Raging Cajuns. What this also means, Keith, is that the conference will crown a new champion this year. App State has been the 4-time reigning champions. It's going to be either Coastal or Louisiana. McBride on second down to Haydell. Got hit right away. E.J. Porter, the tackle there for the Chanticleers. That's going to bring up third down and about 5 for Texas State. So the Mountaineers' stranglehold of the conference will end for at least one season.
Yeah, we're seeing improvement across the conference, but when you get a new champion, a lot of times all of a sudden say, hey, it can be done.
So 3rd down and 5 coming up for Texas State. Again, we apologize. Our score graphic unable to show you down and distance. The Bobcats need 5 to convert on 3rd down. It's Calvin Hill, has some blocks and a 1st down and more. Calvin Hill off to the races inside the 20. Calvin Hill tracked down inside the 10 by Kendricks Gladney Jr., the touchdown-saving tackle. Again, to talk about the future of this Bobcat football team, Calvin Hill can have a big part in that.
Well, he's just an excellent in space. He gets to the outside, makes a nice cutback move. A really nice job setting up on the corner. Gets it down inside the 10. Well-designed play. Again, screens have been a major part of the offense today for Texas State.
Had that game-winning touchdown run for the Bobcats last week against Arkansas State with 34 seconds left. On 1st down and goal. Swing pass, Jamarie Shareed. And up to the 6 will bring up 2nd down and goal.
Unbalanced line that time, and then bring the screen to the outside. Nice, well defensed right there. They did a nice job. Did Coastal Carolina moving with the unbalanced.
Bobcats have typically been a good team in the red zone this year. They did turn the ball over on downs in the red zone back in the 3rd quarter. Well, they're halfway through the 4th. Coastal well in control. Jamil Jeter, a move to the outside, lunging in for the touchdown. Jamil Jeter is in. The Bobcats have their 2nd touchdown today.
Well, it's a nice strong move to the outside. And you talked about it. Little things you build on for the future. This team's been good once it got into the red zone, turning red zone opportunities into 6, and they do it again here.
Again, former Oklahoma State Cowboy last year backed up a good one in Stillwater. Chuba Hubbard wasn't clear to play at Texas State this season because of the transfer rules until their 4th game. Keller, the point after. It's a 35-point game now with 6 minutes and change left in San Marcos. So the Bobcats cap off a 5-play, 66-yard drive on a 6-yard touchdown run by Jamil Jeter. 6 minutes left in the 4th.
I'm a Verizon engineer, and today we're turning on 5G across the country with a coverage of 5G nationwide. And in more and more cities, the unprecedented performance of ultra-wideband, the fastest 5G in the world. It will change your phone and how businesses do everything. I'm proud because we didn't build it the easy way. We built it right. This is the 5G America's been waiting for, only from Verizon.
Did you get a streusel top blueberry muffin because it's a special day? Or is it a special day because you got a streusel top blueberry muffin? Meet the new bakery sweets at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
We've been training for the Shipathon. This holiday, shop and ship early. FedEx.
How would I describe overpaying on a used car? It was humiliating. It's expensive. I just trusted the wrong used car sites.
Remember, if you don't see me, you're not seeing the most accurate price. Shop at Carfax. You won't have to overpay on a used car again.
But I guess life goes on. So, all right, come on, boy. Here we go. Let's go, buddy.
Shop millions of great deals, all with a free Carfax report. Only at the all-new Carfax.com.
Oh, just one.
Jake from State Farm, that Maya markdown saved me so much on my insurance.
Maya, everyone gets surprisingly great rates with State Farm.
How can I ever repay you?
When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Bobcats coming off a scoring drive, capped off by the touchdown run from Jamil Jeter. Still a 35-point game, though. Coastal comfortably on top again. A emotional day for Texas State, playing with heavy hearts following the loss of Cambrell Winters on Tuesday. He just turned 20 years old last month. Again, his teammates speaking out on social media. Bobcat running back Brock Sturgis, one of them, as he spilled out his emotions for all those to see. Cambrell Winters was from Houston, Texas, played at A-Leaf Taylor High School, a very good program. Was honorable mention All-State in high school, was also a track and field star. As a true freshman for the Bobcats last year, was named honorable mention All-Sun Belt Conference. Anybody you talk to would tell you that Winters had a future in football beyond Texas State, beyond college, at the next level in the NFL. As the kickoff fielded, bobbled by the Chanticleer's return man, Dion Fountain. And Coastal will start short of its own 15-yard line. Again, on ESPN Plus, we pay our respects to Cambrell Winters, who passed away this past Tuesday at the age of just 20.
Did you get a streusel top blueberry muffin because it's a special day? Or is it a special day because you got a streusel top blueberry muffin? Meet the new bakery sweets at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Verizon 5G is here with a coverage of 5G nationwide. And in more cities, the unprecedented performance of ultra-wideband. This is the 5G America's been waiting for, only from Verizon.
We've been training for the Shipathon. This holiday, shop and ship early. FedEx.
We know you've got your hands full at home.
I'm building a spaceship.
So Instacart is here to help make grocery shopping a little easier. Choose which store to shop from, what items you need, and how you want them. And a shopper will safely deliver them contact-free in as fast as 2 hours. Because between teaching, cooking, and parenting, you could use one less job to do. Go to instacart.com or download the app to get free delivery on your first order using the code ORDER TODAY.
So ashamed I overpaid for this used car, I've decided to go undercover. Guess I picked the wrong used car site.
Remember, if you don't see me, you're not seeing the most accurate price. Shop at Carfax. You won't have to overpay on a used car again.
Hey, Bob.
Oh, my. Hey, Beth, how we feeling?
Good.
Yep.
Moving.
Shop millions of great deals, all with a free Carfax report. Only at the all-new Carfax.com.
Are you ready for an offensive feast on Monday night? Well, the Seahawks are ready to let Russ cook.
They already know what's going to happen.
Can Wentz lead the Eagles to the upset? Are you ready for Monday night?
The headlines around the Sun Belt Conference on this Thanksgiving week. Coastal Carolina ranked again and ranked 20th in the first unleashing of the college football playoff rankings. We'll get back to those headlines in a moment. First and 10 for Coastal Carolina following a Bobcat touchdown drive. So back to it. Coastal Carolina making headlines all year. Louisiana claiming the West Division 2 weeks ago with a win over South Alabama. They have won their third straight West Division title. How good, though, is the East? Louisiana has run away with the West, but the East has been very competitive.
Oh, no question about it. You know, 5 teams above 500. Anytime you go play a team out of the East right now, you know you're in for a battle.
Coastal Carolina undefeated in the East Division, and with this win today, they have clinched the division, and we will have our Sun Belt title game in Conway, South Carolina, and that'll happen 3 weeks from today. And what was arguably the most well-played game of the conference this year was Louisiana and Coastal Carolina, and Lafayette will get a rematch.
Yeah, we'll get a rematch. And next week, too, I'm excited to watch this Coastal Carolina Ball Club in Liberty. That should be a really fun game.
The championship game, will feature 2 coaches whose names are really popping up in terms of future openings and some current openings around the country. Big run to the outside, reeled off by C.J. Beasley for the Chanticleers. Billy Napier of Louisiana, his name has been rumored about for openings for a couple of seasons now. Coach Chadwell at Coastal Carolina, a lot of murmurs that he could be up for the South Carolina job.
When you have success
A 14-yard
with a
gain on the play,
program,
first
build
down
a
and 10 for
program,
the Chanticleers from
your
their
name's
own
going to come up.
38-yard line.
There's this, people are going to take a look.
And Jamie Chadwell has been very transparent with his team regarding the rumors and his name. He's told them that, look, the only reason why my name is connected to a job like South Carolina is because of you.
Yep, your success on the field.
Of course, the Gamecocks parting ways with Will Muschamp a couple of weeks ago, leading to that opening in the SEC. We've seen Sunbelt coaches use their success to take jobs at the Power 5 level. Look at Appalachia State, what those championships have done for them. Scott Satterfield now the head coach at Louisville. Eli Drinkwitz now the head coach at Missouri. 2nd down and 7. Inside of 4 minutes to go. In the fourth quarter, everything relatively elementary at this point. Cosmetic, Coastal Carolina with possession. Beasley tripped up by Jaron Morris and down at the 45-yard line will bring up 3rd down and 3.
We talked about this, a really well-designed counter option, and it has been successful the entire ball game where you see the counter, you go one direction and then come back the other with a lead blocker out in front, and it's been very successful throughout the ball game.
The rain pouring as hard as it has all day.
Anytime today.
My goodness. 3rd down and 3 near midfield for the Coastal offense with backups in. It's Beasley. And Beasley breaking a tackle. He's got the first down inside of midfield.
Number 23, C.J. Beasley on the carry.
As we said, coming out of the break, Thanksgiving week, the holiday, a couple of days ago, we asked Coach Chadwell what he was thankful for. You know, he said his wife for letting him continue to coach a kids game.
6-yard gain on the play.
First person that came to mind when we asked him what he was thankful for.
TexasState 49-yard line.
And that, Keith, was the right answer.
Yes, it is. And very true, because coaches' wives do everything.
Nice leap by Beasley around the pile inside the 45. That's going to bring up 2nd down and 3 coming up in the final 2 minutes of the fourth quarter. You brought this up earlier, Keith, when the college football playoff rankings came out. Teams outside the Power 5 could crack the top 10 outside of Cincinnati. How do teams do that moving forward?
Well, I'm not sure. Look at it. We got to take a look at a different way, I think, and give some credit to teams that don't have losses. That's for sure. And
that play wrapped up at the 40-yard line, close to a first down, but about a half a yard shy on the run from Pinson.
Handoff goes to number 31.
But they've been some, again, really good seasons outside the Power 5 this season. You look at Marshall. BYU maybe at the top of that list.
Yeah, Cincinnati.
And these Chanticleers.
Liberty until they dropped a really heartbreaker to North Carolina State.
There's a lot of competition for that New Year's Six Bowl, which goes to the best team out of the group of 5 or non-Power 5 teams. And that 3rd down carry good for a first down inside the 40-yard line and inside of a minute to go.
Handoff goes to number 23.
And if Coastal can run the table, they have a great argument to be playing in a New Year's Six Bowl.
Well, if you run the table, that means you're going to beat Liberty next week. You win your last game of the season, then you're going to win the Sun Belt Conference Championship against a really good team in Louisiana who's beat a Power 5 throughout the year.
And now the Chanticleers in victory formation. Peyton the kneel down, and that will do it. Coastal Carolina 9-0 for the 3rd time in program history. And the Chanticleers are East Division champions in the Sun Belt Conference. In 3 weeks, they will host the 2020 Sun Belt title game against Louisiana. And for the Bobcats, the end to the 2020 season today.
Well, I think 2 things. One, I think the month of December is going to be really special for Coastal Carolina. I think it's going to be a special month. You enjoy that opportunity. On the other side, you look at a football team that went through really heavy pain and sorrow this week. They did